Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm talking to Alex, who is a senior software engineer at Coinbase and a creative. She's gonna tell me more about her career and show me around her closet. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Thank you so much for taking the time to be interviewed today and to show me around your closet. You work at Coinbase. Can you tell me a bit more about what you do there and how long have you been there, and in general, how are you liking it there?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I've only been at Coinbase for maybe like 4 months, and I'm like a senior engineer there. I was at Medium before, so Coinbase is crypto, so it's more about creating like an open financial market for the world. Like in the US, like the benefits are not really as clear because the US dollar is like fairly stable. It's like a good way to store your money, but globally that's not the case really. Like your money is very closely tied to your government, and if you're somewhere like Venezuela where it collapses, you're kind of just screwed. So I don't know, I grew up I just love the internet, and I love seeing how new ways people interact, and so like crypto is like a super interesting space for that, and it can solve like a pretty bad problem like globally.
So what spurred such a different change from, you know, killing advertisement and content on the web to crypto and helping governments, helping countries?
I don't know, when I was looking for new jobs, like one of like the more interesting spaces to work in in San Francisco was definitely like, I don't know, there's like AI and there's like crypto. And yeah, I like the internet, so it seems like a cool new pattern, and it's like a really interesting space to work in.
Awesome.
Yeah. While we were working at Medium, actually, there's this tradition of like birthday money. Oh yeah, this is a cool one too.
No kidding. But
yeah, they would basically give everyone $1,000 on their birthday, which was like amazing. And the head of finance would come by and just like do this, and they would throw glitter at you, and you're like, ah. This one I actually got vintage in California. There's like a whole there's a lot of like great like boutiques here that kind of focus on like California like nostalgia. That's trend on the East Coast.
This is kind of like a old Wild West or something like that.
It's like a buckskin. It's like very like 60s. And
where do you usually wear this?
I wear this to work sometimes, but generally it's just like I do like a jean jacket, just like pretty casually.
So you mentioned that you were a senior software engineer at Coinbase, so that means that you already have a few years of experience under your belt, and obviously you've progressed a lot in those years. Can you tell me a bit more of how you got into software engineering to begin with?
So my dad is a software engineer, so he works for HP, but I almost had like no interest at all growing up. But I played like Zork with him and like lots of video games, and I always loved using the computer, but like programming it had never occurred to me. Actually, I took like a robotics class in high school.
Cool.
And that actually was really what got me into it. It was just like this really like fun like logic problem solving. We were doing like Lego robots, so like I like built a bunch of robots, and we did some competitions, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. Yeah, and then I also got into FIRST Robotics, which is like the it's like an inter-school league. It's like after school, but like you build like even bigger robots, and like there's all these challenges. And I love that too. So it got me like really interested in computer science. So I applied to Carnegie Mellon, which has like really good robotics.
So did you then study something related to robotics, or did you study computer science in Carnegie Mellon?
Yeah. So like robotics is like it's not a major there, so you just study computer science. So actually I ended up doing like a double major in computer science and art, because like art was always a passion of mine, but like my mom is Asian, like very practical, so she was like, that's great, you are very good at art, but your 3 options for a career, you could be like a doctor, a lawyer, like some kind of engineer. And I was like, oh well, I do really like this robot thing I've been doing, so I guess I can do that. So I did a double major for computer science and art there. The other half of my closet. So like my mom is Japanese, but like her family was in America for the internment, so that was like pretty like traumatic and scarring. So Japanese culture didn't really get passed down to my generation. So it's only now that like all of like the grandchildren are older and the trauma is like one generation removed that we're kind of like I don't know, it's like it's cool to be Japanese and try to get more in touch with it. So like I like love vintage kimono shopping. It's one of my favorite things to do. So like and I'll wear them as like jackets sometimes.
Oh, you wear them to work also?
Well, anywhere really, but yeah, sometimes I'll wear them in as jackets. But like this is one of my favorite ones. It's just like it's like a cool technique where you kind of like you dye the yarn before you weave it, so it kind of creates this like really beautiful prints. And like the indigo just makes it like, it's like actually really strong and practical, so it almost works kind of like a denim jacket. It's just like super long.
Nice. Where do you usually get the kimonos?
Like all over the place. Actually, Japantown has like great vintage kimono selection. They're kind of expensive, or like online. When I was in Japan, I went like crazy. Like in Tokyo, I like loved looking for them.
Having done an art major along with computer science, have you ever fulfilled your passion for art? Have you ever worked in the field, or was it just completely for your soul and for your creativity?
Oh yeah, like I find like in San Francisco especially, there's like lots of creative outlets and you can combine it. But I guess like back in college, because like you spend most of your time coding in the cluster, like computer science was like pretty crazy. So like during the summers, I was like, probably wrongly, I was like, oh, I don't want to do coding internships, like literally anything else. So like my freshman year, I actually took a internship in like fashion PR.
Oh,
like
wow.
Pretty randomly.
Was it in New York by any chance?
Yeah, it was in New York. So it was like the very like Devil Wears Prada, where they would like send the intern, they're like, fetch me coffee from like the, oh wait, what's it called? It's like the not Dolce & Clemente, it's like, what's the big grocery store?
Whole Foods?
Oh no, yeah. Oh crap. Oh, Dean and DeLuca.
Oh,
they're like,
okay.
I would like a soy latte from the Dean and DeLuca, but only the Dean and DeLuca. I'm like 49. So like the interns would just like run around.
So it was actually true, like the movie Devil Wears Prada.
like,
The interns just fetch coffee.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then like
I always thought it was some kind of fantasy.
Yeah. It's not all we did, but it was definitely that kind of culture.
So you did that fashion internship in a PR fashion firm.
Yeah.
How did you start doing computer science after that?
Oh yeah, actually there was like a weird moment, because like I think I've always been like really interested in fashion, but definitely more on the design side. So like I was like, oh, I'm like this was really fun. But one of the people who we ran into was actually Marissa Myers. I think she was still like CEO of Yahoo back then.
Okay.
But like there was this thing where because you're just like constantly running to like viewings and like shows, but like it was like Marissa Myers gets a private viewing of the Oscar de la Renta collection every season. Everyone just like walks in front of her and she just goes and she like picks like whatever she wants to wear, and I'm like, who is she? They're like, oh, she works in tech, she's like the CEO of Yahoo, she's a badass. And I was like, actually, why am I like down here? That life sounds great, let's do that. Yeah. so Marissa
Meyer episode prompted you to rethink your fashion career and like, go back into like well, I mean, you were already studying computer science, but actually like pursue.
Yeah, it was like a doubling down. It was kind of like there's a lot of these like stereotypes about computer science, and it was kind of like, oh, actually you could have like this like glamorous life that you're only supposed to have in other fields, like doing tech just as well. And I don't know why that didn't occur to me, but I was like a kid, and I was like, after seeing her, I was like, oh yeah, that's dope. I definitely, that sounds great. Sign me up. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of stereotypes, have you encountered any stereotypes when you were in CMU and Carnegie Mellon with the way you wanted to dress or with the way other people dressed?
Yeah, CMU was like, it was pretty rough. Like there were like very, very few women in computer science, and by like senior year, most of them had like dropped out or like switched.
Yeah, it was the same at Waterloo.
Yeah. I almost never wear dresses to work. I just like wearing pants. I don't know, it just like doesn't seem to like fit like the vibe that I'm like trying to give off usually.
What vibe do you usually try to give off?
Like when I'm with, like if I'm in a meeting with someone where I'm like talking to like my team or a project that I'm running, like I kind of just want to be like, I don't know, like you don't really want to be like soft ever, which is sort of what dresses are. And then I'm not really into like severe sheath dress, and I try to avoid anything like sexy, so like nothing tight, nothing short.
Interesting.
So just like high-waisted pants and like crop tops and just like sweaters and like shoulders. I don't know, it's like a more versatile silhouette, and I'm like more comfortable usually.
Got it. Have you noticed there were a difference in perception of how people would perceive you based on what you wear?
I mean, for like small things, like exactly, they make me more confident for sure. Or like if I'm just hanging out with engineers all day, I try not to go like super businessy extra. Like I'll just try to be like more like casual, like cool.
That, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Or like I'll just like actually people at Coinbase are super hypebeast, so they'll have like all the cool sneakers and like Yeezys. So like I'll wear more streetwear with them just because it's fun.
Got it.
Talk about it. Yeah, I've always been like kind of like flamboyantly dressed. So at least if you wore the jeans and a t-shirt, people would be like, okay, cool. Like, you know what XKCD is, we can sit next to each other. But if you like came into class like wearing like something ridiculous, there would be like a ring of seats, empty seats around me, and the last person who came in was like, oh no, I just sit next to her. I'm like,
were they scared of you?
Yeah, like terrified, straight terrified.
Why?
Yeah. And it was like also like hard to get like a partner for partner projects. I probably had like 2 really good or actually 3 really good friends who kind of like carried me through the beginning.
So is it because of the way you dressed?
I guess it's just like scary. It's like interacting with a person that's like so different from you, and also like everyone's 17, so you're like, you're young idiots. Like it's like, yeah, it's like different. Yeah.
So how did you dress back in college, and what defined your fashion and how your fashion actually evolved?
Oh man, so in college I was broke, so I did not dress well. It was like definitely that was something that evolved over time. Actually, like we used to go like thrifting a lot, and so I grew up in like suburban New Jersey, so even if you like want to look cool and you had this idea, it's just not available. And it was the 2000s, which was like the worst era of all time for fashion. It was like the Britney Spears thing was really in with like the big boas. You had like tiny little like low-waisted jeans and like these long shirts, and it was awful. Like I have like kind of like I have really big hips and like a small waist, but if you put like a low-rise jean and then a long, it was bad. It was really bad. So actually I got really into like sewing clothes like around the end of high school, and then because like you would get stuff from the thrift shop, it wouldn't fit, and then I would like tear it apart, see how it works, and like put it back together, and then you would just like fit it slightly more so it actually like look good on you. My laptop case for like my personal laptop. I have like one of those like the rose gold. I went into the Mac because like normally you get like a big 15-inch MacBook Pro for work. So like I walked into the MacBook store and I'm like, oh, I just want a personal computer, and like I'm just
actually just changed my work one to 13-inch, and it's been a game changer.
Oh nice. Yeah, it's gotta be like easier to carry to
It's so nice because I was always so annoyed with carrying 15 because I can't carry any of my bags because they're not big enough. So this is your work one.
This is my work one, and
nice case.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's like this British guy called like Hardcraft that is like leather like this, but you just basically like hold it like a football, and then I don't know, it's just like you just carry your laptop and like stick your phone in, and like yeah,
cool.
It's nice.
From those 2000s Britney Spears looks, how did your style evolve, and what do you wear to work now?
Oh yeah, well now I make with money, which is pretty great, so I can like wear pretty much whatever I want, which is like really exciting. So yeah, I really like buying pieces from like, especially like young designers. I really like, I'm like, oh, they're doing like cool stuff, I want to like own a piece by them. Or like or there's just some people who I think will be like iconic over times, like Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen. I'm just like, oh, I just really want to own one of her pieces where she switches because she's doing such cool work there. So like a lot of the things that I'm picking out have been for that, but also just for work. Like you kind of dress to, like one, you want to make the people around you comfortable, but still do your sense of self. I think San Francisco is pretty cool where it's evolved this culture where what you wear to work is just not that important because most engineers aren't client facing. So most people take that as kind of like a, oh cool, so now I don't have to sweat this. I'll just wear the clothes I get for free, and like it's totally chill to show up to like t-shirts and hoodies. But it's also chill to be like, I want to be incredibly extra every day, and people are like usually pretty cool with that too. They're like, okay, yeah, fine, do your thing.
That is it, guys. Alex, thank you so much for joining me and showing me around.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is so fun. Yeah.
And if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Leave comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to put the notification button on so that you know when the new awesome content is coming. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.
Bye.